Alright, welcome back to Disco Elysium. Yeah, let's just load from there. Cat made a weird noise. Toasty.
Hello, mister.
She clutches a
Where
small.
are your parents?
Mom's outside. And I don't really know. It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on guards.
Sure.
Thank you.
I mean, you already took it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's Lammy. He's my friend.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
Oh, that's nice.
a police badge on which you see
Lieutenant W. Freight. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, Cap. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken. And sometimes they just prefer the type of
heavy-duty case-solving machine. Such a small yet
Mr. Dubois.
winter, slow to let the snow, and to think you're warm in more the water now below the old where the Philippian children few but all around her.
We should keep moving.
Yada
Who
yada.
knows when the snow will let up.
Yeah, I don't care about that thought too much. Yeah, imagine crashing your motor carriage into this weeds. Like, what a loser. Am I right? Yeah, calls get terrible sometimes.
A metal payphone under. You hear the tone.
Calling.
Still, this feel end of tone.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre? Do you have any news about Pierre?
He's
What
dead.
a pity. I'm afraid I won't be coming.
Her voice is drowned. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant. Calling.
Calling.
Still, again, someone.
Hello, Gerard speaking. Don't worry about it, buddy. Happens to all of us.
Phone. Disconnect.
That's kind of nice of him.
Calling. Still.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? You got the wrong number.
Disconnect.
More real.
I'm tired. If I could go just 1 month without writing, no, 2 months, I could regenerate my brain. Fucking liberalism.
Yeah, I know that feel.
Man, you do not hear the customary disconnect tone. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still. You close your eye, followed by still time. What is own? It's real.
Yeah, Bratan, we've had all the fun there was to have here, and it wasn't much.
We'll get that later. Ooh. Encyclopedia. Soon we shall find the Womp. Oh no, here's the dead body again. I'm here, Hunter. Come on.
The smell. It doesn't help. Keep it in now. Don't be naive. Don't you reckon? Something cold. The lieutenant has...
Eyes up, detective.
Oh yeah, my cool capo.
A man. Half of his...
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to
Good.
investigate.
Another dead body. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining.
It is
There are
not
traces of
pre-recorded.
kebab sauce on his chest.
I didn't want to keep the footage from earlier, so I
You
replayed this
find
part.
some sunflower seeds.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
I don't have nearly the kind of patience to pre-record something and play it later. Come on.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk.
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
His head. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad.
I would know.
over. His expression is dull, like the sea. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. He was just... There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the boards screech. A dried chunk of blood covers the
Icky.
hair at the back of... This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was...
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing.
A fifth.
There's hardly
Nice.
anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of
tear all around us.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover.
Look
The
inside.
blackness of death.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Yep.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop. The entire board.
Who is
Looks
he?
like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot. But that's just a lazy assumption. The woman you met at the
Yep.
book stand? Why do you think it's her husband? The bright blue lining?
Yeah, big point there,
Well,
huh?
he's definitely some death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials.
Yep.
Not that sealing it off would... Oh yes. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma. No, I don't see anything that
Yeah, it's
points
not
in that
related.
direction.
Yes. But what if there's a killer on the loose?
Without any further evidence, yes. Oh yes. Some symptoms of acute... But I think that death arrived through... No, I don't...
Yes.
A sequence killer? There's nothing that connects...
What if all of this is staged? He could have seen something that night in the yard.
It's possible, but let's take it step by step. We still haven't identified the man.
Yet.
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box. It does
Right.
seem to be a pretty... From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the lead.
Still
A
not
field
Hussey.
autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to... I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report. And
That's-
it's a good call. To get a field autopsy... I'd say
Sloppy.
we should... Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guy said processing. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found.
The library card is
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader.
Or their
You
wife
find a list
is.
of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned.
Good.
Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Nice.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 0.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn.
Billy Magine is not my
A
lover.
man lied. There's some tear. 2 empty bottles of Toulouse.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker.
Okay.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup.
Ew,
on it,
mayo's gross.
As well as a tomato wet.
Tomato. Do people actually say that IRL? Tomato. That's just a meme, right? It's tomato. Alright, let's find the Wompty. Oh, the Wompty Dumpty Dump Center coming soon. Hey.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kisuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building.
What would he know
Not a lot
about
of
that,
people
huh?
realize the historic significance here.
Nice to meet you.
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
Why have we heard of him?
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately. But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
I agree a bit.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
Uh-huh.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was...
Hold on. What's R&D?
Wow, I'm stupid. Jesus Christ.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls pick.
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
There we go.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
Rip.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market.
Good job,
of the
Feld.
Pre-revolutionary era.
And?
Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that,
It was
ace?
here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed an elegant folding mechanism of rollers,
Yada,
which is
yada.
a feat of engineering, even today's giants, Rehm, ICN. Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately,
Yep.
their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolution... All
Good
of this
job,
was built by
commies.
Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built... Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got...
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the
Oh,
NGs?
I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys.
The boys.
This story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail.
Alright.
Now, if you were to ask, they used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
And what was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
Okay.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to River Shawl on her political concept album, Bombessier dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local... I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But
Isn't there an
word
SCP about
they were
that?
very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
073, I think.
10 years ago, I did a little...
Wait, did he just say Wompty Dompty Dom Center? He did it. He said Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. Like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels.
Wompty Dumpty Dom.
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
We should get that.
Even one would be very useful. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to the precious device.
Hey, don't
So they
give
did.
too much sympathy, come on.
The Belt playback experiment vanished into the fires of... Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources... Who knows? Maybe
Because they're
it
dumb
was an
commies, of
accident,
course.
Or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hand. But of course, what else? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling.
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown.
Give me money, Trent, you
It wouldn't
fuck.
be wise to carry huge amounts of cash.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff.
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then. It's an anthropological heritage of the Lomantang people. A martial art of sorts, but what not a lot of books mention is that it also carries a cultural significance among the Lomantangs, as it used to be the best means of...
And is that what
showing off to
you
the
know
bride,
culturally?
which, interestingly enough, brings us to the socio-economic structure
Of
of the
course it would.
traditional rural tribes of the Lomantang Isles, which... But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying... Then I guess everything got said, right? No, thanks to you.
You see, I once...
Money! Wompty Dumpty Dome Center. Well, I can't go here? Bullshit. Oh, it's this bastard. Well, let me try and set up a fire properly, you little fucks. I could have sworn there's more bottles over here, but whatever.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which...
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
No.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Nice job, crypto-fascist.
Don't worry, Gary. Oh, to what do I owe the pleasure? Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken. and we can't go all the way around the A81.
It's been
Oh,
fixed.
good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yeah, Gary.
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir,
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Tell me about him.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
Why is it so hard to
Question.
find?
Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there?
True.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case.
What
It's
technique?
my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex.
I'm so confused.
But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less...
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're
I mean,
beginning
he's
to
right.
suspect there's something.
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Seems puny, to be honest.
typical rookie assumption.
Fair enough.
Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for.
I would actually agree with that.
Even
A little
simply
bit.
catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Would be glory itself.
I'll do that.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
We'll get it.
just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Like from his wife.
What would it be like to grasp and hold onto something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning as a child? This is what he's searching for. A spectre.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the
Kuno and
coast.
Kuno-S.
That's what brought... It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, I have to resist the thought.
Hope
Such
not.
an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally
Got it.
parthenogenesis, meaning that
Parthenogenesis.
females don't need males to reproduce.
Good.
Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions. Yes,
Clever.
the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever...
I'll get going. Somewhat short for this part of the stream, and I will upload this part to YouTube, but I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I'm going to end it this time, for real. So, good night.